Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. We've got a whole lot on our plate on the show this morning. On the program, you know how we normally do it. We'll talk about our own story, Nigerian stories. We have to let it out there. We have to let people know that yes, Nigerians, we have what it is. We have the talent. We have everything to dominate the world of sports. I've got a friend and a brother on the show this morning, Sonny Kanto. Welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
All right, let's go straight to business. Let's begin from the athletics sport this morning, and it's a good news ever since this story popped out, and we are happy. Everybody is happy that the good news is Toby Amuson has been cleared of the Court of Arbitration case, the doping case he has. Over the years, we know what happened before the World Championship, where she actually didn't do well the last time out. But after all said and done, just a few weeks to the Paris Olympic Games, now the Court of Arbitration for Sports have actually cleared Toby Amuson of any doping case, of any doping violation, and she's free to go straight to Paris Olympic Games and represent the country, represent her state, Ogun State, and make us proud. And that is why the minister, sports minister, that is Senator John Owaneno, who is applauding that particular decision, that particular pronunciation from the Court of Arbitration of Sports. Sonny Kanto is not the minister alone. I, myself, and every other Nigerian out there that supports Toby Amuson is happy that this lady has been cleared of the doping case. That is by the Court of Arbitration of Sports.
Well, it's indeed an welcoming development, seeing the fact that it could have hampered her progress in her career and also stampede the names of we Nigerian athletes out there, because talking about the anti-doping incident, just like the one Team Nigeria had during the 2020 Olympic Games, some of these athletes were not allowed to participate because they had a challenge when it comes to anti-doping tests. They couldn't meet some requirements, and about 12 or 11 of our athletes could not even feature at the Tokyo 2020. So now that Toby Amuson is in the apex and peak of her career, and she's doing it right the way she knows it, how to do it best, it is indeed a welcoming one, seeing her being cleared.
Okay, having been cleared for Toby Amuson, we are happy that the Court of Arbitration of Sports has actually cleared her of any doping case, and she will be there at the Paris Olympic Games representing Nigeria, representing the country, defending the color, the green, white, green color for the country. As you saw on that video, she ran the anchor leg at the just concluded Continental of African Athletics Championship. The last leg, you saw her coasting home with the gold with that particular race, where Nigeria won gold in the 4x100 meter relay race for the women. And despite the whole incident at the Athletics Championship in Cameroon, Douala, and Pyro before now, what do you make of Toby for her being able to even stand all of this whole heat from day one until now that the Court of Arbitration of Sports has pronounced her she's not found wanting?
Well, I think I saw the prowess in her. I've seen the perseverance in her, and most especially the consistency. When it comes to the track, when it comes to the track and field, when it comes to athletics, a renowned name she is now, Toby Amuson, just like the days of Mary Oyale, the African queen of track then. Now that she's doing excellently well for herself, we believe that she will continue in that consistency, and she will hold on to herself. When I mean holding on, you know, when cases like the anti-doping comes, it's not a lot of persons that want to stand close to you or give you the words of encouragement. But I think I'm excited the likes of the technical director, Samuel Nikeko, and of course the Federation president, and loving Nigeria stood beside her, and she was able to skate through that challenge, because mentally it has its own effect on an athlete's performance. And of course, psychologically, you agree with me that when it comes to anti-doping matter, it also have a way of melting you down psychologically, and it might even hamper your progress in your career. But luckily for her, she has passed through that challenge. I just believe she will hold on strong and go to Paris and, of course, finish the good job.
Okay, go to Paris and finish the job she started. She has qualified for the Paris Olympic Games in the 100 meters hurdles, and we are happy for Toby Amusan. Sincerely speaking, psychologically, when it comes to issues like that doping case, it normally drains an athlete, and at the end of the day, you just lose your self-esteem and self-confidence. Okay, all right. We have Abel Michael from Plateau State joining us this morning on the show. Michael, welcome to 360 Sports. We started with athletics. Toby Amusan, in the course of the week, over the weekend, the good news is that she has been freed of any anti-doping case that was really that hampered her world championship to defend her world title.
Yes, I mean, her humility is the secret. I've been following Toby Amusan for close to a decade. She stands out when it comes to being humble, and in athletics, it pays off a lot. And that's just what we have seen. She embraced the challenge in humility, faced all the hurdles she needed to face, just like she does in 100 meters. And God saw her through. I mean, it calls for celebration. And it's an opportunity to, call out former nationals like the Gloria Alozis, the Francis Obikwelus, that saw big money and decided to change nationality. I mean, right now there's a certain Rashida Adeleke. She's also running, I think, for Ireland or so. Most of these athletes, when they get to this top form where they become world beaters, we no longer see them. But Amusan is so humble that she comes for every minor minimum, permits me to use little tournaments that would just enable her fly the Nigerian flag. I mean, a country that so many people are looking for an excuse to leave and dump. But Toby Amusan, even as she's the best in the world, she's still ready, to fly the flag of Nigeria despite the change of national anthem. I mean, she's still ready to stick with the country. To me, that is what stands out. And we're happy that she can focus now on Paris. We want to see her become Olympic and world champion.
Yes,
then world record holder.
World champion. That is what we are waiting for Toby Amusan. Like Michael said, it calls for a celebration. All right, let's move on from that story and go straight to the next story quickly. Let's look at rugby. The team started well, but at the end of the day, in their last two games, it wasn't a good one for the Black Stallions of Nigeria, as they are called. The Black Stallions of Nigeria lost their game against Madagascar, but at the end of the day, they can take solace in their first game of this particular competition after beating Madagascar 34-14 in their first game. Later on, the second game they lost 25-0, and the next one against Kenya Mauritius, it was 24-25 defeat for the Black Stallions of Nigeria. Sincerely speaking, for the Black Stallions of Nigeria, good one. This is, should I say, a learning curve for them.
Well, you will also admit to the fact that these guys were newly reinstated after long aging administrative crisis. Aside from that, looking at the fact that most of them trade abroad and they blend and the consistency being the fact that a lot of them are not too close, they are far away from each other in different clubs, is also a slight challenge. Well, I'm happy for them, seeing the fact that they have a renowned sport administrator who knows how to do it well. When he was a former grassroots director, we see what Dr. Ademola did to transform the whole grassroots scenario, and of course to bring a lot of talent to limelight. Now, looking at the fact that he is the one spearheading rugby, and Team Nigeria was able to showcase their talent even at the 13th All-African Games, and now that they are playing more friendly matches and attending championship. They were also in Madagascar in 2023, and of course, now that they are currently there, they are pushing forward to get it right. Like he said, while we were having a media chat, he was discussing with some pressmen. He said they want to go into this championship to increase their best and, of course, to get it right.
Okay, Michael, our team, the Black Stallions of Nigeria, if you look at it, this sport is not that too popular, but we love the development of it here in Nigeria. But at the end of the day, they've crashed out of the tournament. It is the African Rugby Championship. But an opportunity might still present itself, probably, if they get a chance to at least qualify. But what is the way forward for us to get these sports up and running in the country? We just need to have some of these sports up to the standard of football. Okay, all right. It's as if we're having audio issue with Michael. There, if you can join us back. Okay, Michael, I was saying, what do we need to do to get rugby, most especially rugby and some of these other sports, up to speed with the level of where football, basketball?
Yes, I mean, it's not a one-day thing. You don't build such a dynasty within a month or a year. It takes time. I mean, building a federation of that nature takes time. It took Nigeria many years in football to get to the level we are, even though we are not seeing the results that we deserve. I believe we deserve better than what we are imputing. The rugby team, first of all, due to this loss, they may have to ruminate, take a deep breath, look inwards, watch clips and see how they can bounce back better. And then we expect the Sports Commission to invest more in rugby. That's one sport that the world is embracing right now. It's gaining lots of coverage and visibility. And so I expect Nigeria to key in. I mean, football is not the only sport. Thank God we are paying attention to athletics. We're paying attention to basketball. I think we need to give more attention to rugby. So far, so good. They've made wonderful efforts, but I think more investments need to be made because we have so many sports rugby enthusiasts in Nigeria.
Okay, we have a lot of rugby enthusiasts in Nigeria. We wish the team well if there is a chance for them to progress at the Rugby African Championship, though they've lost their last two games. All right, let's move away from that story and come back home and look at this particular one. It was, well, on my own personal terms, it was a pass mark for Nigerian referees at the just concluded 2023-2024 MPFL season. But coming in from that section now, the name, they were known as a Nigeria Referee Association, but now it has been changed. The name has been changed from the association. They changed their name to Nigerian Football Referees Association, that is NFRA, from NRA to now NFRA, Nigerian Football Referees Association. Michael, well, the change of name, does it really have any effect on their officiating when it comes to doing the job at the center, at the center of the stage, at the center of the pitch?
Perhaps it may allow them to get born again on the football pitch. Perhaps it may allow them to rethink and perhaps begin to do things right. because as far as officiating is concerned at the African continent or the world at large, Nigerian referees are rated very poorly. In Nigeria now, I think it seems like everybody believes when you change your name, everything gets better. The NFL became NPFL. Now NRA is now NFRA. We saw a change in national anthem. I mean, we saw change in currency. We have everything is double double, just like the saying, everything are double double. You know, in Nigeria, we are practically double casting. Perhaps we have an inspiration that by a change of name, there will be change of pace or change of attitude. And so let the change of name go along with the change of attitude. Let the change of name go along with rebranding, and let the referees redo and restart and have a refresh of their mode of action or modus operandi. I think that will help a lot. It's not a matter of changing nomenclature, but on the pitch, we want to see fairness, we want to see equity, we want to see accuracy, precision in your officiating, so that we can have you as ambassadors when you go to represent Nigerian at the African continent level.
Okay, when you go to represent Sonny Kanto, this change of name, do you think is long overdue? Or probably, like Michael said, now that they have a change of name, we're going to see change of attitude?
Perhaps it's going to give them an edge to work on themselves. It's going to give them a podium finish certification, because a lot of these guys don't seem to assess whatever they officiate. The indecisions, the precision is a bit challenging, because if you're very disciplined in nature, you should not have the indecisiveness when it comes to doing your job as the center referee or as a last man or assistant referee, because we have seen a lot of scenario, even at the recent one that was happening in the East, where the two bigger teams in the East, Enyimba and of course the Enugu Rangers, had almost a chaos, and of course that led to a bit domestic challenge and quarrel and rancor all over the place. I believe these guys will certainly work on themselves when it comes to officiating. They will preview their matches, they will correct the errors as quick as possible and bring more sanity to the league.
Okay, and bring more sanity to the league. They are no longer NRA. It is now Nigerian Football Referees Association. All right, let's move away from that, please, and go straight to the Nikon Stadium. Over the weekend, it was a double-double for the final of the Women's President FA Cup, and then the men's final. The women took to center stage before the men's final. Sonny, the final of the Women's President FA Cup for Rivers Angels, they beat Abuja-based women's team, that is Nigeria, in the final to lift the trophy for a record 9 times.
Well, it's expected. Talking about football, mostly in the women league, Rivers Angels over the years have been a dominant force, and of course, for Nigeria, who is just coming in and trying to prove a bit stunt, and of course their worth, we definitely going to look into the years to come and see how they will have a standing performance in the league. But losing to Rivers Angel was almost a touching one for them, seeing the fact that they have made it to the final and they were expecting to crown or receive the trophy. Of course, they have the inspirational and renowned Onome Ibiye, who has stood by them over the years, eventually signed with them, and now that they have gotten to the final level, we look forward to see them bounce back to winning waves in the coming days, and of course in the forthcoming season, and certainly one day get the trophy, because they have deserved it and they are looking forward to it. But for Rivers Angels, total supremacy, total dominance, total class, and of course, congratulations to them.
Okay, congratulations to them, Michael. It was a very busy weekend at the Nikon Stadium in Lagos, where we have top dignitaries when it comes to football matters in this country, gracing the final between Rivers Angels and Nigeriates, and that of the men's final, El-Kanemi Warriors against Abia Warriors. It was the battle of the Warriors right there at the Nikon Stadium in Lagos.
Yes, I mean, it's the warrior past warrior. I mean, if you want to speak the way Nigerians speak, when two elephants fight, it is the ground that suffers. And that stadium actually suffered. Of course, it's a good thing for El-Kanemi Warriors. I think they have really shown that they are the superior warriors. First of all, shout outs to Rattles. Rivers Angels have been nothing short of being angelic. Their performances, 9 titles. Nigerians will say no be beans. It shows lots of consistency. It shows that the team is very organized. It shows that they have a good strategy that works for them, and that they deploy every now and then. And that's why you always have their names, against the title. Good one for Rattles. I think they are newcomers. I believe they'll do better subsequently. And then for the El-Kanemi Warriors, very much big ups to them. I mean, this is one of the coveted trophies in Nigeria. If you cannot win the MPFL, at least if you can win that one, it is definitely a big one. And we're happy for El-Kanemi Warriors. A big kudos.
Okay, big good kudos to El-Kanemi Warriors. Let's, if we can have the highlight of that game between Rivers Angels and Nigeriates for us to see part of that game and see the goals. Let's quickly dwell on this. For Nigeriates, they are just a team that was formed 5 years ago here in Abuja, but now looking at their 4th season, they qualify for the NWFS Super 6.
Well, I've seen them grow over the years. A lot of Nigerians have built solidarity around this team, being the fact that the boss or the man in charge, Barrister Ede, is a well-to-do kind of person when it comes to wisdom in football and other matters. And aside from that, the team is improving. It's going to take them a little pace. It's going to take them within a short period of time to start picking trophies. Just 5 years they have come to stay, and of course they have shown their dominance in the league, in the women league, and of course for Nigeria Raptors, I think they have improved, and they can still work on their little lapses and step on the podium.
Okay, and step on the podium. Congratulations to Rivers Angels for nipping that under the board, winning their FA Cup title for a record 9 times. They've won it more than any other women's team in the country, just the way Enyimba has won the Nigerian Premier Football League 9 good times. So Rivers Angels have also won the FA Cup 9 good times for themselves. And for Nigerians, it is work in progress. Their 4th season, they played in the Super 6, and now they've gotten to the FA Cup final. Let's see how far they can go. Definitely, very soon, they will land with one of the giant trophy in Abuja here. And also to El-Kanemi Warriors for beating Abia Warriors in that final to lift the men's title. Though we're still talking about the President FA Cup final quickly, let's look at this story. A bit funny, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. The person that deserves to win that award will definitely be given. Now, NFF withdraws award from El-Kanemi Warriors goalkeeper Abini after he was wrongly awarded the best goalkeeper of the tournament. Michael, this one, it was a mistake. It was announced mistakenly by the anchor of that event that day, and now NFF had decided to withdraw that award from Abini, who is the goalkeeper of El-Kanemi Warriors, and give to the one that deserves it, the Shaku of Abia Warriors.
Yes, I mean, the commentator is probably human. As a master of ceremonies myself, time to time, it's human nature to just involuntarily make some very costly mistakes. I'm sure emotionally it will be telling on him. I remember 2015, the Miss Universe was wrongly announced, and then there was a wild apology, and then it was now later withdrawn and immediately given to the rightful winner. So these are things that we see happen time to time. It's the whole earth doesn't have to, the roof doesn't have to come down because of that mistake. Perhaps it's a slip of tongue, like the Englishman will always say. That must have been the situation. He may have been misguided. Sometimes when you give information to a master of ceremonies, they mix things up. I've had several occasions where I'll be given a wrong thing to announce as a master of ceremony. I believe you too are a master of ceremony, and you know what it feels like. But I just tell to the goalkeeper, don't worry, it has been withdrawn. It means yours is on the way. It doesn't mean no brainer. It means that God is invariably telling the world that that's the next winner of the award.
Okay, that's the next winner of the award for Bini. I know he will be feeling somehow after he was given that award publicly, but the NFL has said they are going to give the award back to the rightful, that is Ali Shaku, at the Glass House on a later date that NFL will have to actually set. Ali Shaku of Abia Warriors is the deserved winner of the best goalkeeper of the tournament. So and alongside 1 million naira prize money will be given to Ali Shaku of Abia Warriors. All right, let's leave the President FA Cup final quickly. Let's look at this particular story where if it is a good thing, it's a good thing because as a man, you just have to look forward to other things in life. Right now, let's go straight to the Nigerian Premier Football League. Rivers United are keen on getting Finidi George after Ogenyi was told, Evans Ogenyi, that he might not continue as the coach of Rivers United after the sacking of Sterling Eguma. Michael, for Finidi George, if he goes to Rivers United, do you think it's too quick for him to take up another job, or he should have reassessed himself and other things before coming back to get any coaching job at all?
Yes, I mean, when it comes to sports, there's no permanent friend, there's no permanent enemy. If you profile every player, you will see that over his career, he must have played for about 7 to 10 different teams. So also with coaching, I mean, even if you look at the best coaches in the world, I mean, the Mourinhos, the Guardiolas, most of them, they have coached several teams if you look at their profile. And so I love the coaching job because it's one of the best jobs in the world. It's one of the best and the worst job in the world because as long as you are performing, you are the best. As long as you are underperforming, you automatically becomes the villain and the worst. And so he was slain after just 40 days. I almost said he's fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and he was kicked out. Coaching job is a very phenomenal job, lucrative at that. After all, he did well with Eimba, took Eimba right to the top. So it shows that he has something in him. It's just that the crisis in NFF is too much to bear. There's no margin of error for any mistake. So if you are taking a Nigerian job, you cannot function less than 99%, or else you'll be kicked out. But thank God, because he has had a track record, and Eimba, he did very well, and now Rivers wants him. So please, he should grab the job with his 2 hands and 2 legs.
Okay, he should grab the job. Okay, so the country you are laughing for Finidi George, it was as if he was thrown under the bus with the Super Eagles coaching job. Now Rivers United are beckoning on him. The likes of Imam Amakpakabo name is also popping up to take the charge. So in the mix, Finidi George.
Well, he should just go get the job because looking at the fact that the coach has passed through a lot of challenges lately, being the Super Eagles one-time coach and ex-international who has proved his worth even in the national team. I believe he's currently an embattled coach now. If he's going to look into the back, accepting or not accepting the job is going to counter him mentally, psychologically a little bit more. Looking at the fact that there is an English saying that says the past remain the past, the future is always there for you to grab. I believe having done excellently well with Enyimba and Rivers United opportunities coming, taking a job will make him balance up as quick as possible, because if you look at the whole scenario, it was really missed influence and of course misconception, and quite a touching one for every one of us in the country, even Nigerians in the diaspora. He was given an appointment for a year and he could not even stay in the team up to 100 days, and his appointment slip away from his hand.
He resigned.
He did resign. It slipped away from his hand as a result of pressure. Now, looking at the fact that another job is coming, it's going to give him a mental balance. It's going to give him concentration and determination to focus on his career.
Okay.
He should get the job and go and do his job and what he knows how to do best.
Okay, if you need the job, but Michael and Sonny are telling you, go get the Rivers United job and become their next manager. All right, let's leave the shores on the country and go straight to Europe. It was action in the round of 16 for the 2024 Euro. The Shockers is still ongoing in Euros, and surprisingly, the defending champions are out of the competition. They didn't. Now, let's quickly look at the results of the Euros, the round of 16 results, games that have been played so far. England beat Slovakia 2-1. They had to come back. That goal from Jude Bellingham, bringing back, giving them that inspiration, and the second goal from Harcourt. It was 2-1 in favor of the Three Lions of England, and the Spanish team. The Spanish team, they trashed Georgia, a team that beat Portugal 4-1. They continue to make history, and then we have Switzerland defeated the almighty Italian, the Azzurris, 2-0 to advance to the quarter-final of the Euro 2024. And the German machine, as they are called, the host country, also did beat Denmark 2-0 to progress. German Musiala, a Nigerian descent, creating history, making ways for the German machine, that is the German national team. Michael, quickly, these are the results so far in the round of 16 for the Euro 2024. Surprisingly, the Azzurris, the Italians, are out of the competition after they fell 2-0 to Switzerland.
Yes, I mean, I feel so sad for Italy. We are looking at one of the powerhouse when it comes to European football. And when you want to pick 1, 2, 3, I mean, Italy can easily be thrown into the mix. And then now, all of a sudden, they are crashing out. I mean, we saw them, their excellent performance in the very last edition. And now here they are, not being able to take it, maintain the same pace. Of course, I'm happy for Musiala, even though he's a Nigerian, but somehow him and one certain Adeyemi of Borussia Dortmund have refused to go and tag along with the 200 million people in sub-Saharan Africa. No problem, but indirectly they are flying our flags. He's obviously, alongside Jude Bellingham, the best young players in the world. From the England's result, it tells you why Jude Bellingham should be one of the nominees for the 2024 Ballon d'Or. Spain are looking outrightly like a favorite. I mean, this tournament may not be decided in Spain and Germany. So far, so good. That's what it's looking like.
Okay, that is what it's looking like. All right, let's leave the Euro and we look at the Copa America also, where we have games in the Copa America. You know, the Copa America games are played late in the night and early hours of the morning. In Group A for Argentina, it's 100% for them, winning all their 3 good group games. Against Peru, it was 2-0, and Canada, who qualify alongside Argentina in that group, played a goalless draw with Chile. In Group B, Jamaica lost to Venezuela 3-0. Venezuela also with a 100% record in Group B. Mexico and Ecuador ended on a goalless affair. And then in Group D, Brazil, playing their second group game, trashed Paraguay 4-1. Canto, for the Sambas of Brazil, they started with a goalless draw, but in their second game, they were able to score 4 goals against Paraguay.
Well, of course, it is quite expected of them, being the fact that they are one of the giant football nation, and the fact that they came back to winning waves, trashing Paraguay 4-1. But I think the one that caught my attention was the goalless draw between Ecuador and Mexico. It was really a tough encounter, seeing both sides giving all their best, but eventually it was a goalless draw. But also for Argentina, who are showing class, I just believe they continue the pace, because certainly they will cross paths with Brazil.
Okay, they will cross paths with Brazil. Michael, I don't know if you agree with Sonny in here. Okay, all right. If you look at the game, let's continue on the Copa America. But for Argentina, they are the defending champions of this particular competition. And the way they are playing right now, Messi was not in the last game, that game against Peru. Do you think they have what it takes to defend this title and win it again?
Well, it boils down to the team mentality, the team chemistry, and of course their tactical style of play. You know, every match comes with a different mentality and of course tactics. But looking at the fact that a lot of persons have seen Messi to be the glamour and of course the king of football in most occasions, while other school of thought will say there are a lot of players who do the job and make it easier for Messi. For me, whenever I watch the Argentinians, I look forward to what the defense is, and of course Di Maria contribution, because he is one quiet player who do a lot of homework to ensure the team Argentina excel in their football matches. I look forward to see them match up with Brazil and show the class that they have proved over the years as Argentina team.
Okay, as the Argentines, they are the Abelesti of the world. Let's see what will happen. Definitely 100%, 9 points from Group A. They progress to the next round, and for Brazil, the Samba Boys of Brazil, they won their second group game 4-1 against Paraguay, and definitely it's going to be a whole lot in the Copa America and also in the Euro. The Euro is getting tougher and tougher. For Slovakia, they thought they've got the job done, but they never knew that Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane have something under their sleeves, and it was 2-1 against them. The surprising result there for the Euros, it was that game between the Azuris of Italy and the Swiss national team, where it ended 2-0 in favor of the Switzerland national team. So let's see how it goes in the Euro. We have other games that will be coming up tonight, but in our evening program, we will be bringing up that fixture for the Euros that will be coming up tonight, and then the game that will be played early hours of tomorrow morning in the Copa America. All right, let's quickly look at some transfers on the show. It's good news, yes, that we're having Nigerians, big clubs with big money, in fact, with a very big check, a very fat one, are coming for Nigerian players. Let's start with this one. He shone like a million star in the just concluded season, both at the national team and then at his club in Italy, that is Atlanta in Bergamo. Al Ittihad tables 11 million euro salary for Ademola Lookman. They are trying, Al Ittihad is trying everything possible. We have Karim Benzema in that team to see if they can lure this guy away from Europe and go straight to the Middle East, where the money, they know how to dangle the money around, and now they are splashing the money in front of Ademola Lookman. Come and take, we have it in excess.
Well, it's quite tempting seeing a young player, and of course who is at the peak of his career, Ademola Lookman, experiencing this kind of offer. Well, I think he will want to grab it, because some school of thought will agree that why is he playing football? He's playing to make money. So why can't he just go and get the money? While other school of thought will supposedly advise him to stay within the Europe or possibly come to Syria, where he will be selling more and be more improving when it comes to his own personal talents and skills in football. But looking at the fact that the money is quite tempting, is a mouth-watering offer, he might want to take the chance. But I seem to be very surprised the way the Saudi guys are splashing money around sport lately. If Africa is going to see it that way, certainly the sport as business, we will grow from there.
We will grow from there. Ademola Lookman, you can come and play for Enugu Rangers. We have the money to pay you. Or you come and play for an Abuja-based team, EFCC. We have Abuja-based team here. You can come and play for us. So also Nigerian players outside the country, you can come back and play for our various football clubs in this country. All right, let's leave Al Ittihad, Ademola Lookman, and still talk about another Nigerian, the hottest prospect, the hottest striker in Europe as he stands also. Now, Manchester United offer Rasmus Højlund plus cash for Victor Osimhen. Now, this is another hot prospect of Nigeria. He's also playing in the Italian Serie A. Victor Osimhen. Napoli actually want to cash on this guy, and now Man U is offering a player plus money for his services.
Well, certainly he has been an outstanding performance and of course a phenomenal player lately. It's just that the controversy between him and the national coach didn't go well for a whole lot of interest that we are coming from other clubs. I just believe he work on his discipline aspect as an individual. Being a superstar is not just enough. The ability for you to manage matters, the ability for you to apply discretion, and of course wisdom in sensitive matters goes a long way. If every player is disciplined, certainly they will. So not just in football, in sport generally, because I see sports teaching more discipline or teaching more growth. Apart from what you learn from your parents and guardian growing up, sport is one thing or one avenue where you can also be disciplined and grow and work on yourself. So if he's coming to Mayu, is an impressive one. It's going to be a fabulous move if it eventually happens. I've seen black players do it well in Mayu, being a fan for over 2 decades. We have Louis Saha, who was there for a while. And of course, if he comes there, English football is going to make a whole lot of glamour. He's going to make a whole lot of progress, being the fact that he has somebody like Erling Haaland to compete against in the EPL. And over the years, Victor Osimhen has really been phenomenal and outstanding. So for an excellent player like him, coming to Mayu will make a whole lot of news, and that news is going to be an impressive one for him to grow as an individual as well.
Okay, Manchester United, Rasmus Højlund plus cash for Victor Osimhen. Let's see how that goes. He's the one of the hottest prospects in Europe. All right, let's look at this one. Almost this guy is also a hot prize right now. He's also a hottest player in Europe, where Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, and West Ham shows interest in Bologna defender Riccardo Calafiori, who is with the Italian national team in Euros, but they have been sent packing by the Swiss team just over the weekend from Euros. Now, about 4 of this club, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, West Ham United, 4. He's a young man. He's just 22 years of age.
Well, his kind of football is certainly going to make a lot of sense if he joins Arsenal, because the Gunners play this kind of impressive and dazzling and, of course, entertaining kind of football. I just believe he can find his way to Arsenal, because Chelsea currently now might not be a better chance for him. Either West Ham or Arsenal will be a favorite.
How about Liverpool? Liverpool is there.
For now, Liverpool is playing good football too, but I believe Arsenal will be a better place for him to exhibit his skills. He's a very young and promising superstar that knows how to move with the ball. So Arsenal kind of play would be better.
Okay, Arsenal should be the destination for Bologna defender Riccardo Calafiori, who is a young, fantastic and surprising young player who plays for Bologna in the Italian Serie A, where their coach have moved. That is a former Italian defender also, who moved straight to, is now with AC Milan. Their coach, that is Motta, Thiago Motta, who is now coaching AC Milan in the Italian Serie A. All right, that is where we'll be leaving it on the program, on the show. Sonny Canto, thanks for coming on the show. And quickly also to Abba Michael for joining us all the way from Plateau State on the show this morning. You guys have actually did a great job to all of the stories, and congratulations to El-Kanemi, Rivers Angels, Nigerianews, Abia Warriors for getting to the Federations Cup final. Sonny Kante, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, and of course, congratulations to Team Nigeria as they head to Paris.
Okay, all right, we will just leave you with that video, that final between El-Kanemi Warriors and Abia Warriors in the FA Cup final. Let's just take a short part of that video while we'll go on the show. Sonny Kanto, good work. Thank you.